Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the live stream here on the channel. There's the Nightbot 3 times over. Let's see what we have in here in the chat today. We've got Jake, Catman, Nebraska, Tornado Man. I think Nightbot was just waiting to hear my voice in order to do commands. It just had to wait a little bit there. Let's see, LWX24, and everybody else who's in the live stream who is chatting and may have missed you, or anybody else who is watching and not chatting, glad to see you in here as well. Yankee, Frankie, Michael, and Carson, glad to see you guys all in here. But yeah, let's just go right ahead and dive on into this. I've got a few more things I need to quickly change. There we go. This should be the right button. Okay, let's see. There we go. Let's see if the date's correct. The 25th, the 25th. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and dive on into this. Shoot, what are we going to start with? I'm trying to think of the best thing to start with here. I guess we'll start with the GFS model run. Oh. That's probably why. Is my microphone, like, completely maxing out a bit? I noticed that on the video I made the other day, that it was like really maxing out. Let me quickly check this. Yeah, there's not supposed to be any gain on this microphone. I believe the gain was added. I don't know when I added that, but it wasn't supposed to be added. Because if you add gain on Streamlabs, sometimes it can, like, kind of almost bass boost your voice. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. We'll just start with the CPC outlooks. How about that? Let's start with the official CPC outlooks here. And then we'll dive on into our snow chances, at least on our model run. So this is your Climate Prediction Center outlook here for December. We're actually going into December here, December 3rd all the way to December 9th. And you can see the very large area of below average temperatures that we are expecting in portions of the Northeast down towards the southeastern United States, with a lot of the U.S. I was going to say all, but a lot of the U.S. In a chance for below average precipitation as well. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that and see if that actually occurs or not. probably when they issue their next outlooks, they'll put that back to average. I don't really think we'll be seeing much below average precipitation, except for out here in Cali. California this time of year, you guys see so much rainfall from atmospheric rivers, so you guys are going to be in that big drought. You guys have went from, getting 20 inches of rainfall to literally dry for most of next week. So that's a big pattern flip out there in Cali. Then we go to our closer range here. This is December 1st through December 5th. And this I agree with a lot more with the below average precip. Definitely a lot better chance for below average precip in the near term. But yeah, it's going to be cold. It is going to be very, very, very cold to start your December out here in much of the United States. A lot of areas in the U.S. will be well below average temperatures. So much so that today the CPC has actually introduced one of the first high risks for hazardous temperatures we've seen since the beginning of this year. This is a high risk for hazardous cold temperatures, potentially wind chills divoting into the mid to low 20s in portions of Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Some very, very cold temperatures out there in the far southeastern side of the United States as we go towards December 2nd, December 3rd. We actually went over that in our video the other day. I thought it was going to downtrend some, but models have stayed very consistent with the potential for wind chills into the mid-20s out there in the far southeastern U.S., including northern Florida. In terms of precipitation, we no longer have any risks for precipitation outlined anymore. No shocker there. Snowfall, we do still have a snowfall risk outlined for the Northeast going back into the Appalachian mountain range as well. And then we, of course, have that snowfall risk outlined still for lake effect snowfall as we go towards December 3rd through the 7th. And, of course, we have that big risk for high winds outlined as well. We should be dealing with another snowstorm potential as we go towards, I don't know the exact date, but it should be right around December 5th or so when we're dealing with another snowstorm potential. Welcome, Legacy. Glad to see you in here. Actually, Legacy, really quick. There is the risk for a brief spin-up tornado today in your area. Let's go to the SPC Outlook. The SPC Outlook here, they do have a big general thunderstorm risk, but there is some tornado ingredients in place. The timing for your area will probably be about 9 p.m., 9 p.m. Ooh, actually, no, I forgot we changed our timing, so it would actually be closer to 7 p.m., so about an hour or two from now. You'll be looking at the chance for a spin-up tornado. Just as these storms roll through here, it might even be now. Well, this is severely underdone convection, but these storms here might be able to grow upscale and try and produce a weak, brief tornado out here in Tennessee. Same goes with these storms back out in Kentucky and Tennessee as they move off to the east. So just watch those two areas over the next 2 hours or so. The tornado risk will be very low with them, but we can't fully rule out a very brief tornado today, somewhere from near northern Alabama all the way up towards, generally Lexington and Louisville, Kentucky, back down towards near Memphis, this whole area here, from now 6 p.m. Eastern till 9 p.m. Eastern. And no, I don't think they should have gone marginal. No, it's definitely not a good enough threat to introduce a 2% tornado risk. That's really it for the CPC Outlook. So now I want to go into your snow chances, because this is where it gets a lot more interesting here, especially as we go towards about the 180-hour time frame here on the GFS model run. So if we pull this on out, our first snow chance is actually going to be now up here in the Great Lakes area. That's where we're currently seeing the risk for some snowfall. That will hang around for probably the next 2 days or so. Our next risk for snow will come from this system we've been talking about for about a week now. This is going to be Wednesday night into Thursday morning. We're going to have the risk for some snowfall. I don't think we're going to quite get into where Caleb is, But this whole area here is definitely going to have a very real risk at seeing the potential for some snowfall as we go into Thursday morning. I don't think the temperatures are going to be cold enough out there towards where Caleb is in central Illinois to see snowfall. So this will be more of a like light snowfall for Indiana, light snowfall for Ohio, and then potentially a snowstorm for northern Pennsylvania into portions of higher elevations in New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, northwestern Massachusetts, and most of central and northern Maine. That will get out of here Friday, and we'll see this massive, very, very massive blast of freezing cold temperatures out here as we go through Friday into Saturday. A large portion of the United States will be dealing with below freezing temperatures into the mid to high 20s as we go through Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, you'll see those temperatures still hang around. Sunday morning, Monday morning, and then as we go into Tuesday morning into Wednesday, especially Tuesday into Wednesday, that's when we're going to be dealing with the worst temperatures here. Most likely, actually, Monday into Tuesday. Monday to Tuesday is where we're going to be dealing with temperatures potentially getting down near the teens out in portions of the southeastern side of the U.S. If we take a look at your temperatures here, pull this out to Tuesday morning. Yeah, look at that. Potentially getting into the teens out here. I mean, geez. Wow, that's even more widespread than I thought. All the way from like Iowa into Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, maybe even as far as south as into northeastern Georgia, and then back up through the Midwest as well. So definitely a large area that could be experiencing some very low double-digit numbers out here. Tuesday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning. Wednesday, it's still, Wednesday still looks freezing there. Still very cold out there. Friends Day? What the heck did... Friends Day? I mixed Friday and Wednesday together for Friends Day. Wednesday, still gonna stay cold out there. Thursday morning, we'll finally get warming up. So not Thanksgiving, a week after Thanksgiving, we'll finally be warming up out there. In a good chunk of the U.S., we'll get back towards our normal temperatures, going towards our, our low being high 40s and our high being into the low 70s. So I wish Thanksgiving was a week later because, my goodness, if it was December the 5th here, if we take a look, I mean, you've got pretty nice temperatures for the majority of the U.S. here, December 5th, and much of the U.S. is really just dealing with clear skies. We will have another system making its way through. I think that's going to be our next snowstorm potential. Let me switch over here. Yeah, this will be our next snowstorm potential, but it doesn't look very... It doesn't look very potent, really just snow potential, not really snowstorm potential. But we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Go over to our European model run here so you can see this again. So this will be going into Wednesday, and you can see, wow, the new European model run has downtrended significantly with our snowstorm. I believe literally yesterday... Oh, well, no, it downtrended yesterday as well. So this has been downtrending for the last, 2 to 3 days straight. So, yeah, definitely not nearly as confident in seeing snowfall out towards, western Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois. We